Alright, so as you know, in the last video I said that I was doing a poll for you guys to basically just choose whatever character I want to do next as my DPS or the full team, but I thought the team would take too long to get individual answers and stuff like that. So I did a poll, and of course I figured Ningguang was going to win, because that's, if you look at YouTube, this is the one where these videos go crazy. And I'm not disappointed at all, because I love Ningguang and I've always thought it was a fun one to make. So yeah, I went ahead and made a Ningguang. She's only level 60 right now because of materials, because I'm also trying to save a decent amount so I can get up Zhao when I get him. But I figured I would go ahead and do the Ningguang build because she doesn't take a whole lot to make her good. But first we're going to get into the team, and then we're going to talk about Ningguang herself. But we're going to go ahead and see what team that I'm using. Of course, Bennett is in there. I mean, I don't think this one needs much explanation. Bennett is always in every build, just for the healing and the bonus and raw damage. So he's always a good support to have in your team, regardless of who you're using, basically. So we're not gonna go too much into him because I've explained him in every single video build, because he's in every build. Noelle was only level 20 because I don't really need her to be any higher than that, to be honest. The only reason that I'm using her is, of course, for the, first of all, the resonance for Enduring Rock, which increases attack damage by 15%, which is different by attack. Attack is the stat that you can see on your attributes. Attack damage is the actual damage you're doing to enemies. So if you can get Enduring Rock and Fervent Flames, that's a huge buff. That's a huge buff. But the main reason I'm really using her is her talent right here, which is summons protective stone armor, dealing geo damage to surrounding opponents and creating a shield. The shield's damage absorption scales based on Noah's defense. The shield has the following properties: when Noah's normal and charged attacks hit a target, they have a certain chance to regenerate HP for all characters. Possesses 250% absorption efficiency against geo damage. The amount of HP healed when generation is triggered scales based on Noelle's defense. But I didn't know for sure if I wanted to use this at first, because I didn't know how much healing she actually did. But after doing a couple of these tests, I don't even have that much defense. 431 defense is not that great, because I pretty much just put on whatever I had defense, but I didn't upgrade any of these. But she actually did almost 1,000 damage, 1,000 health for all other characters. And it's not just like, oh yeah, you do healing, so you just heal her and one other character. When you use Noelle, you actually get to heal everyone else on your team, and it does about 1,000 health. And it doesn't have like a cooldown, so sometimes you can hit an enemy twice like this and you heal them both times, and it goes up by 2,000. So it's a huge plus, and you get the resonance with her. And then we've got a second little perk here that's also super helpful, as if she wasn't helpful enough. But if we go to talents right here, we got Devotion. When Noelle's in the party but not on the field, this ability triggers automatically when your active character's HP falls below 30%. It creates a shield for your active character that lasts for 20 seconds. 20 seconds. And absorbs damage equal to 400% of Noelle's defense. The shield has a 250% damage absorption effectiveness against geo damage. That can help a lot, because even if her defense is as low as 400, that's still like an insane amount of absorption. So you don't even have to get her up that much. Right now I'm just using whatever sword that I can put on her, or claymore that I can put on her that helps. It doesn't really have anything great on it. That one we're not gonna focus on. The artifacts, again, didn't really do much with it. I do have 2 constellations, but both of these are cool to have, but they're not needed to make her good. But we're gonna go ahead and get it anyways. While sweeping time and breastplate are both in effect, the chance of breastplate's healing effects activating is increased to 100%. So this is pretty good. Okay, decreases the stamina consumption of Noelle's charge attacks by 20% and increases her charge attack damage by 15%. So this is a pretty good one as well. Alright, so and this last one is actually Xinyan, which I originally put on here to have like a sub DPS, but she ended up having more DPS than Ningguang because of the artifacts I have. Of course, with a lot of these artifacts, I can put the same artifacts I put on Razor, which was my main build, and basically just put it on her. So yeah, her build is kind of crazy. But right now I'm using some random ones, like this one is super random. But some of these are actually upgraded for my Razor. But yeah, she ended up doing 2000 attack. And of course her weapon is the same one I would use for Razor, which was the Snow Tomb Star Silver, which is level 80, so that helps a lot. I do have 2 of her Constellation, which upon scoring a crit hit, increases attack speed of Xinyan's normal and charge attack by 12% for 5 seconds, which is great. And Rift Revolution's physical damage has its crit rate increased by 100% and will form a shield at shield level 3 Brave when cast. So that's also a super useful one. Her talent's not even upgraded, don't really need it. The main reason I put her on here originally was for when she's breaking shields. She's great at breaking shields, especially if they're ice, just melts through them with her ult. But either way, if Ningguang dies, which is not likely with the amount of shields and healing that I have on this team, she can definitely continue to do insane damage. And honestly, she can sometimes do more damage. But yeah, that's my main team. Now we're going to go into Ningguang herself. Alright, so her attributes are about 12,000 HP, 1200 attack, but don't let that fool you. If you have the right artifacts on her, a lot of the time your attack is going to look underwhelming, even if she's crazy. Weapon, of course, Solar Pearl. If you don't have this weapon, it is from the Battle Pass. If you can just get the Battle Pass for 1 month, which is what I did, this was my first month I've had the Battle Pass, just get it. This weapon is crazy. Normal attack hits increase elemental skill and elemental burst damage by 20% for 6 seconds. Likewise, elemental skill or elemental burst hits increase normal attack damage by 20% for 6 seconds. So this doesn't have a cooldown. So pretty much at all times when you're using Ningguang, you're going to have some type of 20% buff, which is crazy for a 4-star weapon. But the base attack is 327 at level 60, and of course this one is great also because crit rate scales. Right now at level 60, 20.3%. That's not bad. But yeah, this weapon is super good. I honestly don't think there's many 5 stars. I mean, it's probably just as good as many of the 5 stars, to be honest with you. But we're gonna go ahead and look at this. Her crit rate is 28%. Crit damage is 127%, which I need to work on. I know. I want some more crit rate. Crit damage is okay where it's at. If I could get more crit rate, I feel like that would be more effective. But I gotta work with the artifacts I can do. I only had 2 days to get this ready because I made the video 2 days ago. So I only had 2 days to get this ready. Energy recharge rate 119%, which is great for her because all of her abilities are crazy. Geo damage bonus 58%. I don't even have Archaic Petra first yet. So just keep that in mind. I have some nice buffs on here without having that. But yeah, right now we're using, this is one of the things that I've seen people do. If you have artifacts that don't necessarily fit her great for the 2-piece set or the 4-piece set, focus on the stats above first. Don't focus on getting the Archaic Petra Geo damage bonus and then have all stats of health and defense. I promise you it's going to ruin your build more than it helps. So yeah, this is what I'm doing right here. Of course, the first one, I wanted to get the crit damage out because the rest of them have energy recharge. Some of them have crit damage, but not great artifacts in this section. So I went ahead and went with this one because he gets my attack up by 12.8%, crit damage plus 7.0%, which is kind of sucks, but of course everything went to attack. So this one, I had to think long about this one because this one kind of evens out. because I do have this one here which does crit rate, which is weird because it's only 0.4% higher, so there's no point in using this one unless I wanted more attack. But crit damage and crit rate, I promise you, that helps your build a lot more than attack. This one had crit damage plus 5.4%. This one has 9.3% crit damage. So there was really no point in me using anything else, because it just didn't make sense to not use this one. But it also has attack plus 9.3%. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and use this one because this one helps my build overall more than any of these other ones. This one actually does not have crit rate or crit damage, but all of these other ones, yeah, I might try and get this one up more to see if I can get the crit rate up. If it goes more than that, then maybe it'll be worth it. But a lot of the problem with these is that the other ones that were attack percentage, which you won on this, on the compass or the hourglass, then none of them had crit damage or crit rate. This one, energy recharge again, HP, energy recharge, and yeah, not too good in this one. So I had to pick one that actually does not have any crit damage or crit rate. So this is the main one I'm looking for. Like, I need one of these badly. Hopefully I can get one that's crit rate and crit damage, but it does make up for a little bit because it does give me the 2P set for the gladiators, so that works out. This one, this is just because it gave me a pretty decent one. Geo damage bonus and plus 14.8% crit damage along with energy recharge, which you can never get enough energy recharge. I wouldn't build specifically for it when you're using Ningguang, but if you've got some more, go ahead. It's better than any of these other ones I have. Of course, in this you want geo damage bonus as always. Why would you want anything else on Ningguang? Because that's all she does is geo damage. But yeah, this one, I'm pretty happy with this one. I'm not really farming for a second one of these. Of course, if I can get the same thing in Archaic Petra, then I'm gonna use it. But this one, this is another one where, this is where it destroys my build. Is because I can't get a crit damage one that has crit damage and crit rate underneath as well. Or either. So yeah, right now I'm using whatever I have that gives me crit damage, because all of these other ones, I'm pretty sure I have crit damage, but none of them have crit rate underneath or anything like that. If I can get crit damage as a base stat and then my substat as a crit rate, this build would get a huge boost. Constellations don't have any. There is a event coming up where you get to choose one. I might have to choose Ningguang just because this is a pretty nice first constellation, but I also want Beidou just because I don't have her yet. Her talents I got up to 434. That's the max you can get for level 60. I do want to get this so that you can get that bonus geo damage bonus once you go through the Jade screen, which I'll be upgrading her soon. I just gotta wait until I had more resin, of course. That's what everyone's waiting for. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little showcase.
Steady as stone. Don't waste my time.
Now keep in mind with that little showcase, I'm not exactly trying to kill everything as quickly as possible. I was mostly trying to see how high the crit goes at level 60 and the weapon only being at level 60. But I'm hitting, some of these crits are hitting at 8,000. I'm hitting 8,000 at level 60. Imagine when I have the right artifacts, when I have a level 80 at least, and the weapon is actually upgraded. We're gonna have a crazy Ningguang build. But yeah, wanted to show a little bit of Noelle Chu. You saw her health go up a little bit, but it doesn't go up by a huge amount. But when you need that health and you don't have any food in the Spiral Abyss and you just don't have anything else to do, Noelle, just start hitting, instantly heals for you. You don't need anything else. You don't need food. You don't gotta do anything. Of course, Bennett is better healer. If you can get Constellation 1, it unlocks the restrictions on health, which would help a lot. But unfortunately, I couldn't get a second Constellation. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end the video here. That's pretty much what I wanted to show, was the amount of crits that I get and the crit damage that I get for level 60 Ningguang. I will definitely do another video once I have everything upgraded. That's probably gonna have to wait a little bit just because Zhao is about to come out, so I'm probably gonna be focusing on him a little bit more because he's just, I'm ready for this character so much. He's probably the coolest character in the game. But yeah, 100%. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.